How you doing? This is Brotha T. If you want to support the channel, we have t-shirts and other merch right there in the description. Just hit the link.
You were a star child, let your light shine for all the world. When you open your mouth to reveal a pearl, let it shine more, just to light the path. If it don't add up, man, just do the math. If it ain't for you, let it pass on through.
How you doing? This is Terrion Wilson, aka your boy Brotha T, here with another one. So today's gonna be another hot one, but before we get into it, I need you to do me a quick favor. Stop playing with my emotions, man, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because when you hit like and subscribe, we can continue to give you these pine cones of wisdom. Now, if you don't know what pine cones of wisdom are, just stick around, stay on the channel. I guarantee you, eventually you'll get it. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about your strengths and weaknesses. Well, we might spend a little more time on your strengths than your weaknesses, and I'll kind of explain it in a minute. So let's say I just asked you a question out of the blue, right? What if I asked you what you think your biggest strengths are? I want you to take a second and think about that. All right, think about your strengths. Now, I'm going to turn around. If I ask you that question, you probably know what's coming next, right? I want you to think about what your biggest weaknesses are. I want you to spend more time working on your strengths than you spend working on your weaknesses. Now, some of you are saying, wouldn't you want to work on your weaknesses so you can get better? What's going to happen? Law of averages, right? So if you have strengths, you have weaknesses, you start working on your weaknesses, you're working your way up here, right? Right? And that's all fine and dandy. Strengths, weaknesses. But if you start working on your strengths, you go up here, it just doesn't even matter anymore. I hope that makes sense to some of you, right? Right? So you get up there to this is almost insignificant. Your strength, your weaknesses won't even hold you back. Now, I want very important to the people out there. I'm not saying don't work on your weaknesses. I'm not saying don't improve, right? But what I'm saying is I want you to concentrate, do a nice deep concentration on those things that you perceive as strengths, because at the end, they're going to bring you more positivity than anything else. Right? And this is a fact in your everyday life. Now, this is professionally, this is business wise, this is in romance, everything. Work on those strengths. Now, those things that you perceive as weaknesses. Now, those things that you call weaknesses, if you improve on them, eventually those will strengthen you up as well. Right? But trust me, you want to get those strengths way up there to the stratosphere. When you get them way up to the stratosphere, then you can start working on this and inch it up, right? But how about this? Just do this for me. And I know if you watch the platform, especially if you watch it on a regular basis, you know that Terrion is going to have you make a list. I'm all about these lists. Why? Because when you're thinking about something and you're keeping it in dream world, it's one thing. But when you start listing it and putting it down, it becomes a real, physical, tangible thing that you can either do or not do. Right? Now, let's make a list. I want you to make a list of your strengths and weaknesses, right? But I want you to work on those strengths first. That's right. I said it again. Now I'm doubling and tripling, quadrupling down. Is quadrupling a word? Quadruple. I guess, yeah, it sounds right. So once you start working on those strengths, then you work on those weaknesses after the fact, in my opinion. This is my opinion only, of course. Now, I'm going to say that there are times where you're going to have to work on those weaknesses if they're keeping you from moving forward with your destiny, your goal, your purpose in life. Okay, if they're keeping you down like that, then yes, you want to address them right away. Or if this is childhood trauma, some type of real trauma that's keeping you from being a healthy individual, yes, you want to make sure you pay attention to those first. That's like DEFCON stuff. But I'm talking about weaknesses in terms of I get angry too quickly or this and that. I'm talking about those small weaknesses, those things that don't tie you back to your childhood trauma, right? So you want your strengths to overshadow your weaknesses. This is what I'm getting at. If you ignore your strengths and only work on your weaknesses, then you're going to become an okay person, right? But if you work on those strengths first and follow that up with working on your weaknesses after the fact, I'm telling you right now, you'll find that your life is just gonna explode. It's gonna be awesome. Now, one warning I will give you ahead of time, right, is that you want to stay away from people who are full of and working too hard, too diligently on showing their weaknesses, right? Make sure those people stay out of your way. Make sure those people are nowhere near your goal, your purpose, your destiny in life. You know, I'd say the same things all the time. So this is your man, Brotha T, and I know this was a weird one, and I know it was some weird information to take in, but just try it. If it doesn't work for you, go back to what you were doing, right? If that was working for you. But if what you were doing in the first place wasn't working for you, I gave you that advice, you tried it and it works for you, there you go. Then I'm not as, dumb as I look. This is your man, Brotha T, and I'd like to thank you for sticking around and watching me on this platform, and hopefully I can help somebody out there get to a better way of living. This has been your man, Brotha T, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'm gonna try to make it a hot one. Peace.